Might as well record yet another episode of this, I guess. Let's see, where are we? That's clearly, I think we're supposed to climb up there, right?
Creepy. Those are some nice gloves it's got on, though. It's just out of reach.
Steel gloves, what? That is out of... You can't walk up... Okay.
It's just out of reach.
That was a bit odd.
It's just out of reach.
Alright, let's shoot it then.
I'm out of ammo.
Okay. Bash it. Right, nothing. Stairway, rubble hole. Turnstile, subway map, alright.
Look at that. There was a whole underground train network in this area. Amazing. Unfortunately, it won't come off the wall.
Anything else? I think we need to climb up here. So let's do that. Before we take the stairway. Maybe the stairway's even closed. Rope. Alright, we need to cut that, I guess.
It's tangled up too tightly to undo by hand.
Yeah, I think I know that, because we need to use that on that.
A nice piece of rope and a freed mannequin. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Exactly, and what else? Ooh, yes! Let's steal that. We need that for something, I'm sure.
Thankfully, it looks like it's been abandoned. I'd rather not touch it, just in case it's not abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
These clothes would probably fall apart if I touched them. It's wearing the tattered remains of some kind of sports uniform.
Okay, and...
Too late to help now. Doesn't look like there's anything useful on the body either.
Okay, do we go upstairs soon, I
Nice
guess?
dress. I wonder when that style was last in fashion.
I don't know, but you can use
I
it.
don't think it's
alright,
fit to
sorry.
be worn.
Did we miss something? Oh, close.
Nothing on there worth taking.
Alright. So we are going upstairs then, I guess. Always unsure if I took the right or wrong route. I think we need to go downstairs, start up the electricity and get that going. At least that's what I think. But let's bash the...
I don't think I'll be needing the vacuum cleaner.
Oh, that's all it was.
It won't have any parts I need. These things are pretty useless.
Okay,
Not surprisingly, it's empty. I'm going to need something to open up the side if I want to scavenge for parts.
open up the side.
Doesn't look
alright.
like they're even worth examining for parts. These don't look to be in very good condition.
Let's bash it in.
I don't think I'll be
No,
needing the vacuum
not
cleaner.
that, not that. That.
I don't think smashing up the refrigerator will do much.
Yeah, we could probably get into it, so let's do that then.
This isn't in as good a condition as I thought. Only useful part in here is this fuse.
Yeah,
I
we
might as well hang on to it.
Of course, we needed to use that later on, I'm sure.
I can't reach inside the display case.
But you can bash it to pieces.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Could do that, alright. Oops, sorry. That's nothing, right? Let's steal an anchor, I guess. Can't really see any use for it, but of course we've got an anchor, why wouldn't we?
I feel kind of bad about vandalizing this place, but it's not like anyone will notice. Better not mess around too much. It's shut tight. I won't be able to pry it open with my bare hands.
You shouldn't pry it open. Just need some electricity, I'm
Dead.
sure.
Although I might be able to take a look inside and get it working again.
Okay. What?
There. That wasn't so tough.
And
Poking around in there with my finger. These don't look too complex. It just looks like the main
kind of thought we needed one of these, so let's do
I
that.
sure hope this works.
And
Poking around in there with my
no,
fingers
don't poke
probably
around.
isn't
Just
the best idea.
We're supposed to climb then, or what?
Here goes nothing.
Apparently. Now I'm fairly certain the stairway was closed off.
There's nothing worth salvaging here.
Okay, anything else? Another piece of debris. Let's try that.
There's nothing worth
all right.
salvaging here.
I guess we need to go up here somewhere.
If only it were that easy.
Yeah. What?
Looks like that's my next destination.
Oh, okay.
It's way too high for me to reach.
So
It's way too high for me to reach.
rope there.
Not a bad idea, but I can't loop the rope around the girder from down here.
We got no ammo. Oh, okay.
Not a bad idea.
So that's where we're going then. That way,
The
maybe?
opening is too high.
Oh, okay. So let's do that then. Bloody hell. Sort of feels like I'm actually getting a little bit of a hang of what to do. This is
That was more of a climb than I anticipated.
easier than the other game I'm playing as well.
What is this place?
Primordia, that takes a bit more thinking outside of the box. Oh my, do we take to the skies later on? Maybe.
Reminds me of the one in the rebel hideout. There's nothing on it. I wonder if there was once a raven in there. There's nothing inside except an old birdcage liner. I'd rather not touch it.
Anything else? A what?
A sketch of the Reaper. Lots of little design notes written around the sides. I wouldn't want to ruin the drawing.
Okay.
Those look to be mostly medical textbooks.
Oh, so this is
I
where
haven't
he
got time for reading now.
used to live then, I guess.
Ugh, looks like it's got fungus growing out of
Yeah,
it.
that's what makes
I
it a
can't
good one.
reach it. Not that I'd want to, anyway.
I guess we go inside. So click on that first.
It looks like a giant raven. Seeing that thing gliding around the sky would definitely be intimidating.
Okay, so that's where that came from. He flies around and being a doctor, not a...
I had something like this when I was a kid. A jar of dirt where bugs lived.
not a killer.
It's too high to reach.
Or whatever you want to call it. Harvester of souls.
Reminds me of an old dress-up doll I used to have when I was a kid. I probably shouldn't mess around with that.
A few more steps in just to be exit, alright.
An old radio and some kind of electronic music equipment. They've surely been scavenged for parts. Just as I suspected. Empty. Just as I...
Exactly the same one, yeah. Like this. Oh!
I'm not a musician. Or a thief. Nice. I've never heard one of these played before.
Is that something? No, that's nothing. That's nothing.
It's fake. I hope. It's too high to reach.
So he flies his ravens from here then?
I guess this is the Reaper's base of operations.
Yeah, that's what I was guessing too.
Weird. I wonder what these are for.
Flying high? Maybe? Probably not, but
Weird. I wonder what these are for. Aha. Just what I thought. They're mechanical. Aha.
okay, same thing regardless of which button.
Anatomy, infectious diseases, biology. Quite a collection. Anatomy, Full of lots of unmarked bottles. I wonder what they're for.
Same as the magic mushrooms.
Full of...
Flying high again, maybe?
These look like security monitors. What are they doing here?
Yeah, looking for people to help.
These look like...
Alright,
These look...
alright. That's the Raven. Nothing else, alright, so let's... Okay.
Ah, Amy Willard. You found me. I was hoping you would.
How did you...
I realize you probably have many questions. I can give you all the answers you need, but first, allow me to make myself more presentable.
So you are human?
Yes. I'm sorry to disappoint you if you were expecting more.
I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest.
To find hurt people?
Why the mechanical ravens? What do they do?
Rather clever little inventions, wouldn't you say? They have video transmitters in their eyes and audio transmitters in their beaks. I use them as scouts, since I can control them remotely.
Did you make them?
No, someone else did, a long time ago. In any case, they've served me quite well, at least the ones that haven't broken. I have very few left, which is going to be a problem at some point.
You told me you were a doctor.
Yes, Dr. Edwin Aquino, at your service. I was once the leader of the Green Lung vaccine development team, but after learning about their vaccine distribution, or lack thereof, that quickly changed.
Hang on, you knew about the vaccine hoarding? Why didn't you tell anyone?
That would have started violent riots. It's not fair to begin a civil war when it would end without a cure for the illness. I wanted to say something. It hurt not to, but the time wasn't right.
You didn't think the people deserved to know?
They do, and they will. But not while we only have a vaccine and not a cure. With a permanent cure, the aristocracy's hoarding becomes irrelevant, and the focus will be on eradicating the disease.
I guess that makes sense.
Certainly does. I'm going to pause for a little while, because the glass is not half full or half empty, just pure empty. There, now I'll fill up the glass with a bit more of water imported from the Czech Republic. Krasovice. Really nice water, to be honest.
You've been following me with your birds. Why am I of such interest to you?
You did a lottery job for the Ministry of Energy.
That's right. What of it?
You've got the disease. You're fighting to survive. You're clever and resourceful. Exactly what I need.
Exactly what do you need?
After I left the Ministry of Medicine, I began my attempts at developing a permanent cure for green lung. It was a long process, which took over 10 years, but just last month, I had a breakthrough and was able to make this.
Is that?
Yes, this is the cure for green lung. I've been testing it and it seems to work, but I need to be certain. Aside from that, I don't have the information necessary to mass produce the cure, though I suspect Tiberius keeps it somewhere in the Ministry of Energy.
So, what is it you need from me?
We're both fugitives, Amy. I can't put myself at risk by going to the places I need to. If I'm killed or captured, my research will have all been for nothing. You can clearly take care of yourself. I saw how you handled things at Rockwall Prison and Willowdale Plaza.
You helped me out both of those times.
I merely provided some assistance. Your survival was your own doing. Now I realize it's a bit much to ask, but your help would be incredibly valuable, not just to me, but to the future of humanity.
It's not really much to ask. I owe you my life, after all.
Thank you, Amy. I appreciate it. The main thing I need is to find out where Tiberius is keeping my research on mass production. At some point, I'll also need a subject to test the cure on, so I can be absolutely sure it works. Do you have any questions?
Not much to ask. Yeah, I mean, saving mankind, yeah, that's not much to ask for.
Why do you dress like that?
Intimidation, mainly. The work I do is not exactly looked upon favorably by the government, so I had to come up with a way to make sure I was left alone. The costume is just to make sure anyone who might happen to see me is scared off.
So you knew of the rumors about the Reaper and decided to become him yourself?
No, I'm the one who started them. Creating the image of death personified seemed a natural deterrent for anyone who might get too close. Thankfully, the rumors seem to have spread rather quickly over the years.
You weren't kidding. There's a whole cult dedicated to worshipping you.
Yes, I know of them. An extreme example, but I can't deny it helps my work.
Yeah, let's do that.
About your subject, can I try the cure?
I'd like to, but it's far too risky. You are one of my greatest assets right now. If this proves to have any adverse side effects, I'll be without your help. Once I can mass produce this, I won't have to be so careful.
Okay, but if she dies, she won't be a problem. Yeah, alright. Let's ignore logic. Suspension of disbelief.
Can you tell me anything about Tiberius?
Quite a bit. I've known him for a very long time. Since before the bombs, in fact. Was there anything specific you wanted to know?
Not sure. Apparently.
What was Tiberius like before the bombs?
He was the director of the Ministry of Energy. Of course, back then he wasn't calling himself Tiberius. He was just Julian. After society collapsed, he took the initiative to reform and establish the aristocracy. His love for history led him to adopt the alias of Tiberius, as well as insisting the other aristocrats take the name of ancient Roman emperors.
Why does he wear that awful mask?
Anonymity. He felt government leaders are more respected as an institution rather than as people. I can't deny that this approach works extremely well.
Yeah, whoever thought that the government was made up of people? Not me.
Was he always so evil?
I wouldn't call him that. Manipulative, yes. Ruthless, undoubtedly. But not evil. He suffered immense trauma on the day the bombs fell.
Yeah, sounds
Everyone
dead.
did. Not all of us had the wealth to recover so easily.
Tiberius lost both his wife and unborn child that day.
Unborn.
Wealth or not, that hits a man hard. It left him quite mentally unstable, to be honest. His determination to rebuild society was rooted in trying to cope with his loss. In a way, I felt pity for him. Perhaps too much.
What do you mean by that?
Nothing. Never mind.
Strange for him to have a soothsayer for an assistant. How is he qualified?
Superstition is a very powerful force. I'm living proof of that. I never had many dealings with the soothsayer, but I believe he came from somewhere outside the city. Tiberius finds comfort in being able to have a channel to the supposed other side. While I don't share his beliefs, I can't particularly fault him for having them.
That's all for now.
Fair enough.
Okay.
How can we find the mass production information?
Ideally, I could use my ravens to go in and locate it, but I only have 3 working ones left. And as you're well aware, Tiberius's tower is huge. It would take way too long for only 3 ravens to scan the entire place without being detected.
Could I take a look at one of them?
Of course.
Who did you say made these?
A friend in the Ministry of Knowledge, but that was ages ago. I know very little about their design.
It isn't too complex, actually. I can fix them for you, no problem.
You can?
Sure. See this bit here? That's the servo, the part that controls the wings. It's worn out, so I just need to replace it with a new one.
Are those common? Would we be able to find one or more in the city?
Well, I learned about them from working on toy airplanes that my friend had when we were kids. If we could find some, we'd be in business.
I wonder. Yes, excellent. As I suspected, there's a hobby shop which has remained mostly intact further in the city, and I can see that they have several model airplanes.
Great, I'll go get them and fix your ravens in no time.
Yes, but the store is located in the quarantine zone.
So, I have nothing to worry about. I'm already infected.
You contracting green lung isn't my concern. It's how you're going to get back out. The quarantine zone is designed to keep people from escaping.
If I can find a way in, I'll just have to find a way out, won't I?
Fine. While you're there, see if you can bring someone back with you. Someone who has been quarantined will make an ideal subject to test the cure on.
I'll see what I can do.
Good. Take this then.
What is it?
A two-way communicator. They used to call them walkie-talkies. We can use them to stay connected while you're in there.
I'll just get to it then.
Good luck, Amy. By the way, that doorway back there will allow you to get up and down the tower much easier than climbing.
And that, I would say, makes an episode. I do like this bloody game. They are great at making these games, and I'm quite a big fan of Wadjet Eye after starting this up. Anyway, take care, see you, and have fun.